Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale of Baron's Hero's Journey. We have a special hero today, and well, as you may see on the center of your screen, if you don't mind diverting your eyes to it, our hero is Golbez. Now, despite rumors you may have heard, there is no playable Golbez, so I had to make do by making the hero Cecil and having characters represent the four elemental fiends, which are the characters that you see right there. I am the community captain, Alchemy. I'm joined by CS Radical in the booth. Hello there, CS Radical.
Hello to everybody in the chat as well. Hoping to enjoy a fantastic race this afternoon.
Yes, while there is no playable Golbez, they should make it for a fun experience because this is a modified Simus Zone 4 flag set. There's a bunch of changes which you can see if you type exclamation point details like G Live being on, Vanilla Giant, and all that. Should be interesting.
Yeah, and apparently it's going to be a bit of an interesting seed for more reasons than not. None of that I have been told yet because I want to know just as the same as the chat as well. But based on the flag set that we're seeing, this is the kind of flag that, as a newer runner, would definitely scare me a little bit. But we can tell that with the kind of quality runners we're going to see here, that while it will still be challenging, we're going to see some skills really put on display as this seed runs.
Yes, at the start of the club a couple months ago, I was like, oh, 10 out of 10 is closest to TC4 flag set. Well, I said that because this is the 10 out of 10 difficulty flag set. This is the CC4 inspired flag set. And, well, just for y'all, a little secret, the admins did some magic on this seed. It's a secret though, you have to figure it out for yourself as the seed goes along.
Guaranteed, you guys in the chat will have to tell me exactly what it is because there's a pretty good chance I won't catch it long before you start to do so. So we'll see how it goes.
It may become obvious once certain things show up, but we'll see.
You say that, but obvious doesn't always work to me.
Seed start is really nice. Hook is also a character. And while this is relaxed, Edge can be anywhere, but
well, it won't be at the start, so that early help is maybe not coming unless he's sitting at Ordeals or sorry, not Ordeals, Hobbs or Baron Inn. But there's only 5 characters in the entire seed, so it'd be pretty funny if Edge was not in the overworld.
I mean, it is a very real possibility. There could be duplicate characters, and those, the no dupes is on, so you better hope that the 5 characters are easily available, or this might be like a hook Sid, so guess we'll see.
Just nothing but Sids and Cecils at the start here.
I mean, Cecil can't be in the Sid. He's only like at the starter character, but
okay, fine, just Sids. Fine, yeah. You convinced me. I'll take it.
We could see 4 Sids. Yeah, perfectly. Yes, indeed.
I mean, we'll see a set of 4 Sids sporadically throughout the seed. We won't be seeing 4 Sids in the party, though.
Yes, exactly. Scythe Marshal going to loot the Avalon Castle right away. Oh, interesting play.
Awesome doing some boss checks as well, seeing if he can find an early elements.
And as someone in chat points out, there are no mages in this seed except Tella. And Tella is like a support enabler character, so this is like a fighter seed pretty much.
Yeah, so, I mean, Tella is a mage in name, I guess.
I like to call him the support mage.
He's like, call him the exit mage. That's basically what it is to me.
Oh, well,
ooh, that's not a dupe.
Very, very nice finding Kane.
I guess technically, though, if a DKC's there, I guess it's technically a dupe.
Now that you mention, I guess you've got a point. This is a duplicate character right there.
Now, this dupe is kind of hurting a little bit, but not as much as it could to make it worse.
This is This is a fine mountain for DKC. The wrong mountain, but a fine mountain for our racers.
It almost makes it a shame though that boss bits are still on.
Come on, don't be like that. Come on.
Look, the part of the enjoyment is getting to watch people do really, really, really difficult seeds, so I can sit here as a new runner and cry and being like, man, I was just hoping to finish this, and these guys are speeding through it? This isn't fair.
Okay, I get that. Ooh, Scythe finding a samurai bow right there. That's gonna do wonders for Sid. I wonder what Possum's gonna do with that king. Oh, he's going for Evelyn, by the way? Ooh.
Oh, it's true with Hook being the first item that guarantees at least a 5th character, potentially, if there are no dupes in the first little bit. Maybe hoping for an edge, I would imagine.
As I thought, Possum is going to loot Evelyn Cave. The chest quality here is pretty good. There's only one trap chest, too.
Yeah, pretty good odds that you're going to at least go through a good chunk of the area without finding that trap. It's got to be something around like 20-ish, so there's definitely, if you're taking the odds, pretty good chance you're not going to run into one early.
Yep. And for those that missed it earlier, I put on the Fabul kit, which means that they start off with a black sword, because I wanted to throw him a bone since he forced stuff. So this Dark Knight Cecil can do stuff.
And I'm sure it's much appreciated because it's so good.
Yes, it's one of the best tier 3 items in the game.
I mean, technically, it's his best weapon.
It is. Ooh, Dupcane. That's Ant-Lion at Rubicante. Ooh. You better find that Tela with that blink, because, oh boy.
Well, I was about to say, maybe you can buy some illusions. Oh, nope, can't do that either.
Yep, it's no J. Whoops.
As Sigonaut said in chat, wait, this isn't the moon. Yes, but it's also still a pretty fun spot, so I kind of am willing to accept that. I know it's getting in the way of canon, but the Rubicon slot's kind of fun.
I like how in Free Enterprise Online being on the moon is canon now. Yes, the Free Enterprise canon. It is written.
Well, look, I'm told that there's prime real estate on the moon. Ant-Lion just got ahead of the game, thought, they'd invest, and it seems to be working out pretty well. But it's a nice seasonal residence, it seems.
I bet Ogopogo convinced him.
Yeah, Ogopogo's a bit of a bad influence.
Yeah, that guy's shady. He made waves of... No, I can't continue this joke, sorry. Abort joke. So that side marshal finding his king, Banana King, and middle swords are nice in case Edge shows up.
Yeah, it'd be great if you had one. I mean, at this point, all you have left is Baron In.
Bearing in, yes. At this point, yeah, it's only bearing in. Saving some lucky key item drop. Oh, life potions. That's a lucky find. Like on the way out. Now he doesn't have to search for those.
Yeah, given the boss we're releasing a Rubicon, lives might be coming in handy a little bit.
Yes. At Scythe Marshal, cheeky chocobo forest check. Firebomb. I mean, Firebomb is useful with Sid in the party. He has a lot of HP.
It's one of those checks too that every time I see it here on stream, I keep forgetting that the chest exists at all.
I keep forgetting that forest exists.
Yeah, that's also true.
Oh, Dwarf Axe at Fabul. Hello? That's so good. Yup. Samash is gonna bite immediately. Dancing Dagger too for that king. Very nice. Wow.
Yeah, not a bad setup. At least you're gonna have a couple of people in the back row that's at the very least without too much in the armor set, you're not having to worry about damage nearly as much, and you can still keep that damage up pretty decently.
Yeah, and like the dwarf axe allows Kane to be back road, and also Cecil, and also is a piece of agility manipulation gear for Cecil later on because there are no curse rings in the set.
Yeah. And no EXP boost. We're really trying not to throw any bones apart from that black sword that you so graciously bestowed upon everybody.
Indeed, it, this is a tough one. Sparkle, ready? Oh, I mean,
Oh, speaking of Pale Dim.
At least it's only Pale Dim.
Now, I guess canonically, since we're talking about timeshares in the chat, I don't think Pale Dim is slowing down to actually like make the battle take longer. I think he's just trying to take time to just explain to you why you should also invest in the moon.
I like the idea of like all the moon bosses being like, like house brokers, like, hello, will you be interested in?
Look,
in
they want
spotting
to
the
move
moon?
to a place where it's like greener and warmer, and they're figuring, okay, look, if I can sell some of this property off, I can afford a place down in the overworld, because you know. Oh, hey, another black sword in Eblin Castle. Jeez, that's
our tracker Salakiti, there are no taxes on the moon. So that's some juicy EXP first item, Marshall. We'll see what the King of Evelyn has in store for him.
Yeah, Fabul is one of those places that sometimes, like, knowing that I have DKC now, I would have possibly taken a look at Ordeals first, because that Fabul boss can really get Cecil's levels up really quickly from level 1. I try to use that a lot when I can.
I'm going to Troya and opening that treasury right away. With a party of fighters, absolutely. Because when Cecil turns into Paladin, since he's the hero, he's gonna be fighting off against a boss at level 1. And sure, the boss isn't tough, but you want to put a big stick on Cecil's hand for that fight.
Yeah, and even worst case scenario, you find some decent items for later anyway.
Meanwhile, Possum is going down Antlion Cave. Guess we'll see what the item at Antlion is. Yup, Scythe Marshal is going straight for that treasury. Makes a lot of sense.
Hey, you get access to a bunch of treasures that have some pretty decent stuff potentially. Yeah, you might want to take that.
Ooh, is that elements?
Oh,
it's just Rubicant. That is not an objective. Also, that's a lot like low HP. That's
dangerous. You got an Avenger, Protect Ring, Soma Drop,
for that Tela.
White Spear. Hello, Silk Web.
Nice illusion.
Hey,
that's one of useful.
You got one illusion for Antlion.
Okay, so White Spear, Protect Ring, Drain Sword is useful for agility manips.
I mean, most importantly, you have Avenger and you have White Spear if you're talking for weaponry for damage purposes. That's even those two alone is a pretty nice pickup.
I think you can always over level and do like drain circus strats with Cecil, I guess, if you're desperate, and do like wanna like take a pee and like, you know.
Yeah, you kind of want to walk away for at least 5 minutes,
Yeah, 5 or like 10 or something or 15. Oh, and a Silk Web too. Yeah, chat paid the pointing out. Not playable Golbez Gelsuit, but cosplayable Golbez.
I don't think there's a treasury good enough to equal playable Golbez out of 10.
No, I don't think so. That is not a thing that exists.
I think the only thing that could be at that level would be if you had, like, since there's an edge in this party, just every treasure chest is a spoon.
Mago's sister at Mist Cave is a relief to see because Mago's sister can be pretty tricky at many spots with high magic power. Oh, cheeky flame dog check. Nice, I love to see it.
Always check that flame dog.
Love that popper.
Easiest trap in the game, and my word, does that come in handy once in a while.
Yeah.
White shirt. Well, that might not so much. I mean, I guess Tela could use it.
You put the white shirt on Tela and a life staff, and the old man is gonna heal for a pretty decent amount.
I mean, if he can live long enough to do it.
Yes, if he can live long enough.
I want to start hoping for some apples just to kind of help out a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's also connect the white shirt.
Yeah,
That's true. I forgot about
if
that.
you don't find some decent armor early for Cecil, I mean that samurai armor might be one of them, but that might also
Like
go to Kane.
the white shirt on itself is actually like a really decent piece of armor, but also has a lot of like magic defense and stuff.
Yeah.
It is really good for Ceramus. So that's a really nice find for sure, for sure. So another dupe, let's see it at the varying. Ooh, so that's 3 characters for Ground so far. We'll see that Earth Pistol if that Tower Sot has another character for a party.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Tower Zot might end up being really good for our runners because I don't know if you want to take on Antlion and Rubicant with 3 people.
Oh no, that's King. That's the freest boss at the really free boss spot. That's a shame.
Yeah, one of the easier spots you're gonna get, and you see King and Queen Evelyn, you're not looking forward to what you're gonna see later in the run at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Ooh,
and
Maiga?
either Officer Gar. Oh, and Officers.
Oh no, that's a relief. I thought it was Maiga.
That is a painful Baron in set.
Yeah.
You know now that so many of the best gimmies are gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like aside from like Super Cannon Room and Little L's, like this is all you get. Two freebies. I mean, this spot can be tricky sometimes. Like, oh wow, oh, hold on, is that Marshall gunning straight for Sod? And I just noticed. Wow. And Possum gets a Twin Harp. Of course, he will get the Twin Harp first.
And I'm sure he'll use it immediately.
You know, the more key items we see on the overworld, the higher the chances of maybe Magma Key showing up. We can all. Oh.
Yeah, and I mean, normally some runners will generally consider failing Fabul if they don't find Pan, but because you know you have a hook route, and Possum especially knowing already that, oh my god, that was amazing.
Possum got like entrance denied to the item shop by looking at these.
I was sitting here being like, man, I thought the Kaipo NPCs were bad. That is probably just about the worst I think I've seen in a while.
So, as far as I can see, Saint Marshall used YOLO strats on CPU, and since this spot is really slow, it seems to be working out. Nice target too, because Dark Knight Cecil doesn't need the XP. So
who? I thought that was Golbez.
Yes, Golbez doesn't need the XP before he turns into a paladin. That is correct.
But yeah, as I was saying earlier before the NPC kind of diverted our attention, I mean, Possum's doing Fabul, but most of the time, runners will generally consider fading Fabul until they find the Pan to get it all done in one shot. But because you know you have a hook route, and especially Possum going to Evelyn already and seeing that you got Antlion, you're doing as many checks as you can, A, for the levels, and B, because you're just praying that you can see a Magma Key so you can at least like get some extra work done before you go take that down. If you have to, anyway.
Nice. That's a Tala. That's the 4th character. Very good.
Well, you finally get your mage.
Indeed. You know, once you clear ordeals, he's gonna learn Berserk, which is very important, and Cure 4, and he already has Blink by default. It is pretty useful.
Unless Baron Key is here or at Ordeals, you're praying that Edge is in that chair right now. Oh.
Nice one. Well, there's a full party. We in.
So we're getting full party before the hook route.
That is really nice. We have Golbez and the 4 Fiends.
The core 5 will be with us for the rest of the run now, which, you know, to get that about 15 minutes in, no complaints there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you know, the rest are dupes too, so, like, you don't have to worry about this is going to be your party.
Yeah, if you see either a package or a Sand Ruby, you're not even thinking about it. I mean, package unless you're really desperate and Demist happens to be behind there, which would be hilarious.
You know, ever since this club started, I have gathered some kind of, you know, a questionable reputation in regards to rolling save. So I wouldn't mind if the finale of my club was just like a really nice stroll instead of a nightmarish scenario.
I mean, you say that, but you threw the flags that you did and rewarded people with a black sword. So I don't know. I feel like you are kind of going for chaos here.
Oh yeah, casual reminder. Don't direct your anger or surprise or expletives at Psychonaut. This is all my fault. I rolled this seed. And the admins did some sprinkle of admin magic on them, if you can notice.
Well, hello, Plague. Plague in the Val spot.
I mean, with that Avenger, it's
you
not that bad.
You probably have the damage to do it.
And I don't know if Sprites has any J items, but yeah, that Avenger and King is really nice, doing some really good damage. Even Golbez is doing some like decent damage with the Black Sword. Ooh, nice. Edge came with like some sort of dagger. I think that's like the mage dagger. That's pretty good.
I was gonna say if Golbez with that black sword finished it, that would have been amazing.
That's come on.
Whoa.
Yes.
I thought it would have been done a few counts sooner, but man, that was real close.
Yes. Very nice.
It's okay. I mean, they're about to get a full heal anyway, so Sid taking that nap is kind of poetic, really.
Possum is gonna get the good news of Avenger and you know, the Protect Ring and the Sick Web and everything else.
Yeah, illusion. I mean, I would have hoped for at least one more black sword, but you know.
At least 3 or 4 black swords. That's a pass. You like to see the pass, but that's not really that useful in terms of progression.
But that is at least our first objective of the afternoon, I should say, done. So
yeah. So okay, yes, there was a drain sword, which is really useful for agility stuff. So perceptive viewers have noticed that the objectives are themed around Golbez and the places that you find Golbez in the vanilla game, plus defeating the elements and fortune. Because this is Golbez Hero State. Hello, did you notice at the center of the screen? Hello, new viewers. I made a thing.
Yeah, it's totally Golbez, guys. Totally.
instead of playable Golbez, I made cosplayable Golbez.
Look, I know the sprite looks familiar, but just ignore that, okay?
The armor's similar enough, and so are the colors.
Golbez is in disguise. It's all a ruse.
The Lord's that, like, you know how at the end of the Gen of Babel, Golbez comes to like his senses and it's like, oh, maybe I'm not so bad or whatever. Well, this is like the Golbez, like Golbez's journey. Like, oh, I am going to become a good guy. That's the idea, I guess.
Well, hey, there's another member of the timeshare squad there on Ordeals.
This is not the After Years. No, it's not. This is not the After Years random. That's not a thing yet, sadly. Wow, Scythe Marshal just like decimated the Pogo. Very nice.
Yeah, Avenger's gonna do that.
Yeah, huh?
Just rinsing through everything that he's coming in contact with right now.
Possum finding that white shirt as well. Like both of our racers have been, aside from the divergence on bearing in, both of our racers have been playing like extremely good so far.
Yeah.
Because these are really good players. Reminder.
And I mean, it's not like Baronin's a bad check. I mean, you're thinking a character, and also if the battles are simple enough, it's a relatively quick way to getting a key item check in. So
absolutely.
It's a minimal time amount of deviance, really.
Indeed. Mom bomb at back attack. Ugh. You better hope you have some leftover G items. Because remember, this is a 64-esque seed, so S no J's on. There are no J items in shops.
Yeah, but I'm sure Tella will just cover any problems they have, right?
After DLC will.
No, it's fine. It's fine currently, right? Everything's fine. Your only mage in the game is perfectly fine.
Wow!
Yeah,
Momo didn't get to explode! My
that
concerns were...
Avenger, just
Yeah.
a difference maker. I mean, again, also having Sid with a bow, you have Edge
Yeah.
just rocking it too, and Golbez, I guess, with that Black Sword doing stuff, I guess.
I mean, 200 damage a pop is nothing to sneeze at this point in the game.
Yeah, but also, I mean, generally, you don't really usually see DKC go above level 20. So I guess 200 is a bit of a rarity.
Yes, fair. I see Possum is doing the same YOLO strat that Scythe Marshall did, and once again, thanks to the difference in agility, it also worked out. Wow,
Gonna get
these
the good
players
news
know
as
their
well
stuff.
that he'll have a full party as well. In the
Mhm.
meantime, Scythe about to see what the reward is here, and it's ooh.
Ooh, that's
So Ogopogo
spicy.
did sell a timeshare after all.
that's a spicy key item to find right there. And Golbez has turned into a paladin. The basic idea for this, that's elements. That's free. That's a doubler. That's a doubler.
That is a heck of an ordeal spot.
That's this. This is bonus. Yes, Marshall. No, it's just radical. This is bonus.
So you've got objective 5 done. You now have unlocked 4. You're gonna if you eventually get your underground access, you could unlock 3, and then you're just trying to find Legend and Adamant. Now, there's also the possibility that if somebody really wants to get spicy, you can just go to the moon and pray you find Magma Key up there, but...
Hmm. You know, not knowing Possum Morpheus, maybe he goes for that play. I wouldn't be shocked if he does that.
I mean, we did make the point earlier how annoying Antlion is in that spot, so maybe our runners might actually consider the option if they can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with Blink and Jump, it's not that bad.
And even better news for our runners, there was a Soma Drop in the treasury. Tele can cast Meteor.
Yeah, Tele can cast Meteor. Like, a well-placed Meteor deals a lot of damage, especially if you find something like some stat stick to put on Tele. It can, like, wreck.
Yeah, at that point, you're kind of hoping for either like maybe a Charm Rod or something like for a smaller version. Obviously, you just want to find a Stardust Rod and make it real easy, but...
Hashtag give Valley MP. Nice. The idea of Paladin Golbez came from the and the base idea that inspired this Flexit came from the Final Fantasy IV hack Unprecedented Crisis, which it's really good and you should play it. It's super cool. So shout out to Easy. Dwarf? There it is. Just like back row in Cecil. Very nice. Sorry, Golbez.
it's gonna take a while, you know.
Yeah. But you're gonna keep up with the kayfabe.
I mean, look, Golbez is wearing a really good costume, so it's hard to catch it.
I mean, the blue is there.
It's unmistakably Cecil. I mean, look, like we all see it. It just actually isn't.
And Possum is done with that with that plague again. Just having no issues and rocking that full party. That colorful ensemble of lovable characters, Golbez and the 4 Fiends.
Now we're seeing a tiny bit of catch up as Scythe is now going to spend a second here doing Baron in, so Possum's going to regain the little bit of time that he lost from that bit of a wasted check.
I mean, like imagine that Magma Key's here, right? So you don't wanna.
You're imagining, but it's more praying.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't want to go down the hook route and leave this check undone, you know?
That's what's making that Darkness Crystal so interesting now.
Yeah. Yes, hello.
I mean,
for people that are coming in right now, this is Golbez Hero's Journey, and instead of playable Golbez, I mean cosplayable Golbez. So we have, you know, Golbez-inspired names and characters, which is fine.
So yeah, I forgot that it wasn't a completely fruitless key item check. I forgot that it was Harp here. So I mean, it's not. Who knows? Maybe Magma Key is behind Magnus.
I mean, we still need the Forge, and the Forge could be anywhere. Like this,
yeah.
This looks Yeti, but who knows where the Adamant and the Legends are.
I mean, we'll see what directions our runners decide to go here. Possum obviously is about to get the good news of moon access and another objective done. So we'll see what Scythe decides to go with. I mean, you could try to take on the antlion. Well, not the antlion fight. You have to go through King Queen spot first, but you could try to go down that hook route. You could take a pop into Magnus and see if that's a fruitful guess. There
That
are
is
definitely
true.
options.
Possum is done with that Agopogo again. Not like no problem. We'll see if Possum gets to skip the Mom Bomb explode.
I mean, I can imagine some of our runners that are a little more skilled probably thinking about the moon, whereas me personally, as a newer runner, would probably go to Twin Harp first just because A, it's going to be some extra levels possibly. And again, you never know if something behind that is going to help you, like a Magma Key, or even better yet, like if you come across a rat tail or a pink tail that might lead to something nice equipment wise, or another key item, or even just an adamant and legend sword to at least know that you've got a little bit more going in.
Yeah, it's like with the thing with the Twin Harp check is that because of the cutscenes, it takes pretty long. So a lot of players try to avoid it if they can help it. But that doesn't mean there's less interesting key items or anything like that. It could be like it could have a value, it could have a progression, or an objective right there. So it's a bit of a I don't want to say a gamble, but you gotta like scale the options that you have and decide if it's worth it at any point to decide.
I mean, it almost can be a gamble anyway, because a lot of runners generally will avoid harp as long as possible. So if you do it and it ends up working, you might actually get yourself significantly ahead of people.
Yes, I can see that. I can see that because if you do twin harp and it turns out that the item wasn't worth it, that means that you in quotations lost time to the other players that don't do harp. So I guess I see your point. It can be considered a bit of a gamble, yeah.
It's a risk reward. Like, you're going there because you're thinking like, man, if I get Magma Key, I am bypassing so much more because I know that Rubicon fight's going to be an absolute nightmare.
Yes.
But it looks like Scythe's going to choose to at least attempt the nightmare, or maybe just taking a look at what's in the shops potentially.
Yeah. And there's Possum getting the wonderful Dagnus Crystal, and I believe, oh yeah, he's gonna face off against the objective elements.
Yeah, that really nice lucky pull there in the mirror. I'm trying to think, like, how many runs have I done where I've had boss hunts? I don't know if the mirrors ever come through on that. So that's a pretty cool find for our runners on this one. Usually mirror only exists to just take up more of your time.
I mean, yeah. Unless you're playing like a forum hero or like Tela hero where it might be threatening, but Cecil usually is fine. Oh, Possum using a Cure 3 on elements. That's so clever.
Scythe obviously figuring, hey, I'll check these traps now, see if I find some really good equipment in this.
Ooh.
And I mean, you've got a decent party together, you can probably deal with these fights without too much of an issue. I mean, that Avenger Cane's going to do a lot of damage.
Is Scythe fishing for a Holy Sword? I mean,
so. If it comes up.
Yeah. I mean, it is also like good EXP for Cecil.
Yeah, it is some leveling as well. But yeah, you are secretly just hoping for an X-Cal.
Yeah, so that, I mean, could be a Crystal Sword, but that's sometimes too much to ask for.
That's why I didn't mention it. If I figure if I don't put it in the ether, it won't happen.
Sure, fair.
I don't want the seed to be listening. Looks like Possum's thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of levels, and another samurai bow. Not what you wanted to see. I mean, samurai bow is really good for Cecil still, but not what you want. Still, a lot of EXP. Yeah, Avenger King is having little issue. Oof. Good thing that Charm went to Sid and not King. Otherwise, we will have had a very bad time.
Good decision there on Scythe as well, just let Kane go, because Kane can easily one-shot those Black Hats, and you don't even want to have to think about potentially getting I can't remember what the attack is, but the single shot kill.
Blaster.
Hey, it was a crystal, just not that crystal.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal Ring's really good. For sure. Especially, since Sid can't be the anchor, you're stuck with him. You put the Crystal Ring on Sid and make him as fast as the rest of the party. He's good. He's gonna have to put him some good work, I feel like.
Isn't Golbez the anchor in this seed?
Yes, Golbez is the anchor in this seed. Because he's the hero, remember.
Yeah, Possum was a similar idea, just letting Kane just do all the work.
Once again, Charm targeted not Kane, which was a blessing. You don't want Avenger Kane swinging at your party. That's bad news.
No, that might be a bad time.
We'll see. Side gets rewarded.
Yeah, it's all 3 cleared, so...
I mean, that's really good, in a way. Dragoon Lance is a grind enabler. Like you can defeat the gold dragons easily with it, and you can one-shot the X with it. If Wyvern shows up, you can defeat it easily. It's a really good weapon. It's tier 7 for a reason. But it's not what you were looking for. You already have an Avenger.
And I think the only trap chest left that's available, I think, is the one in Eblin Cave, which I don't think either of our runners checked yet.
Yeah,
so at this point, if you're looking for equipment, you're either going back into Eblin and testing that one chest, or you might even think about just going to the moon and maybe trying the hair dryers, seeing what you can find out of that.
I don't know if our racers have a hourglass, so the hair dryers can be hairy.
Yeah, that's true.
And I believe they're also immune to instant death, in case you were thinking about using like stone or fate or whatever. Yes, they are immune to instant death. I don't know why, but they are. Done through coffins at the hair dryers.
Oh, Scythe hadn't done Antline yet.
Oh, I forgot about that. Seems
I'm
like
trying...
he might have as well. Like, fair.
I don't quite remember what Antline gave.
Oh yeah, Shallout puts out a wonderful idea. Reaction grind on the moon. Hell yeah.
Oh, it was a flame whip? Well, okay, well, Scythe is going to be a little bit disappointed with that. At least the battle won't take very long.
And also, Scythe has exit because of Stella. That's another thing. Possum had to run all the way out.
So, really, at this point, you make the argument like these two are neck and neck right now. They're both in pretty much the exact same situation.
Yup. Absolutely.
They've basically checked everything. So...
They see, unless they want to go to the moon, which... Is Possum going to... I knew it. I knew it. I know Possum. He might try to do something wacky with this.
Yeah, as soon as we saw the Darkness Crystal come out, that's where my brain went as well, thinking, okay, I know some of our runners will actually consider the moon as a better option than that potentially nightmarish Rubicon fight, so... Because worst case scenario, if that's still your only way underground, you'll be a lot more leveled for it going in if you go to the moon first and do some grinding.
Absolutely. So, like CS Radical said, some of our racers, because we have 8 racers in this race right now, including our 2 Restream racers. So, I wonder if any of our other off-Restream racers have tried to do, like, going to the moon before going underground. That's tricky. Oh yeah, the harp is still a thing. Harp will have magma, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, Scythe Marshal is going for the stalemate chest. Possum is going for hair dryers. Sorcerer rope. Ooh, not better than white shirt. I mean, I guess if you want to use Tell offensively.
Well, we're going to see a bit of a contrast now. So we're going to see if that king-queen spot is at least something a little more doable, and then we'll see just how our runners can handle Antline, or maybe Possum makes a really good guess here, finds that magma key, and ends up having a good time. But choosing to go with that trap chest there.
Wow, it's even in the vanilla spot, I think, that is. Well, I mean, these aren't that hard to fight.
HP-wise, it's not horribly high, but like you said, they can be a little bit on the quick side, so...
Yeah. They might take a little while. Oh, Stone? I mean, they're weak to instant death, but maybe not to, like, they're immune to instant death, but maybe not to petrification, actually. Guess we'll see if Tella whips or something.
I mean, I'm going to trust Possum on this one, because Possum knows way more than I do.
Well,
oop. I mean, it might have worked, but the odds said no.
Because Stella is not, you know, that's not Stella's thing, like hitting in general. Let me look it up real quick on the Wikia, because we have a wonderful Wikia. It's really good, folks.
I mean, it looks like he'll get through this fight. Maybe somebody might not be intact by the end of it, but...
Ooh, it does resist Petrify. There it is.
So just a really bad roll, I guess.
Yep. Like these enemies resist a lot of elements, including Petrify and instant death.
Oof, couple of close calls, but gets through with all 5 intact. That's going to be some nice extra levels there.
Indeed. Not what you were looking for again, but a Protect Ring is really, really nice.
I mean, going up against an Antlion fight potentially, if you decide to go back, yeah, that'll help at least one of your characters out.
Ogre Axe on Scythe Marshal's side, just from a random chest in battle. Very nice.
Yeah, that'll help for those mad ogres.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. It's like they put it there on purpose. Like, hey, here in the first chest, there you go.
Look, you're gonna need this. Just a heads up.
And it seems that Scythe Marshal is fishing for it. Ooh, black belt, nice. More multipliers, more attack power.
That Avenger Cane just continues to go. Man, you would just be praying for a power shirt at this point, then.
Yeah, absolutely. Like any of these trap chests could have had a power shirt pretty easily. Too bad we got a bunch of rings, but again,
or even a Zeus Gauntlet, actually.
Ooh, Odin at Behemoth. Ooh, ouch. He's going for it. Hello? Is he going to no?
No.
he looked at the agility and said, "You know what? Maybe not."
He's like, "Well, you know, when you think about it,
maybe not." He's thinking about it still, I think. God, Possum, please.
Well, you're probably looking at that too, and you're also thinking, like, man, if I could, like, even skip one Siren in.
Yeah, I know,
he's got 2.
Late bold.
Ooh.
Well, for the noting, I guess.
I mean, if Turtle's in the King Queen, I guess.
Yeah, fair, could be.
Like, I mean, you got 10 Thor Rages, though, so...
Yes, you do have 10 Thor Rages. That's true, I forgot about that.
Well, you decided that J items weren't allowed, so you gotta at least throw them a little bit of a bone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Possum's bailing from the moon. Fair. I still love that he actually, like, actively considered doing Odin.
Oh, there's that D-Mist.
Wow. That's incredible. I rolled another. I mean, I guess it's not that bad because it was the starting item.
I mean, it's gonna be bad for our runners if they're gonna keep that Avenger on, because that's gonna be a lot of cold mist coming.
And it's punching for 700 a pop. Virus, hey! Virus pretty decent there. Instant cast 20 MP deals as much as a. Oh,
Huh?
wow! The
Yeah,
power.
sometimes the HP rolls are pretty easy on that, so couldn't have been the worst.
We're good,
Bla-
we're good. And
Black
land.
Ice and Chad making the great point. What if Demus has magma? That would be amazing, actually.
That would be so funny. Is Possum. Is Possum doing the thing? Is Possum gonna D-machine? It smells like a D-machine.
I mean, that would be the most possum thing to do. When
Smells
in
like
doubt,
D-machine spirit.
grind early and grind hard.
Smells like D-machine spirit. Up in here. Drain sword. Ah, agility. Making Tela fast, maybe.
This definitely smells like a D machine.
And Side Marshal is facing off against the Babila and Lion. Kane's
The
fine because
former
he
Moon
can
Dweller,
jump.
now in a tower.
Maybe they're like and Lion and Demis are like roommates. Oh, I think Side Marshal threw something at Lion.
Yeah, it
Maybe
was
like a
one of the
fire
drain
sword.
spears.
Oh, the Drain Spear. Real clever
Yeah, he's got 3 of them right now, so.
Excellent. Excellent. That way Side Marshal avoids the counter from the Iron Lion and deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's definitely going to reduce a bunch of those counters, which will help a lot. I mean, Anline's still going to... Oh, actually, that's not too bad for damage if that's in the back row. That actually
Right.
isn't too
Because
rough.
Cecil is pretty good with armor right now, I think. So this should be fine. Oh, there it is, Medio. Hell yeah, for 4.5k.
All of a sudden, this Ruby fight doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been really bad if Antline had smacked Tella during that cast.
well, I think Tella said Cecil, I mean Golbez to protect Tella during the cast.
Oh,
See?
yes, that's right.
That's why he's using Dwarf as an item. Despite it doing nothing, it doesn't interrupt the cover.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing skills on display here as Scythe is honestly making this fight look easy.
This is not an easy fight, folks. It is not. Take my word for it. So, Possum has entered the Giant, which in this flag set is Vanilla Giant, which means that once you go in, you cannot go out until you beat it. So, Possum is gonna have to commit to the Giant.
Well, I guess it makes sense anyway. It's an objective, and you're gonna get your grind in
is.
too, so...
It is, but you can like grind and then leave and do something else or whatever. So once you set foot in there, you have to go through with it. No exiting to buy items or anything like that.
Well, we'll see if the boss setups in those 2 slots are nice enough to be doable.
Well, at least Odin isn't one of them.
Yeah, there's a few spots that aren't, like, DKC's already out.
Yeah, Kainatsu elements might suck really hard, but I guess we'll see.
And I wonder, I think Evil Wall would be a little bit rough in one of those spots.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we see, Scythe getting through that with literally just Sid, like, near death, and that's about it. So very well done.
Indeed, that was like masterful from Side Marshal. That was done so well, incredibly clean. Like the work that Scythe did, putting Golbez to cover Tela as Tela flung spells was really a great play.
But after all that mastery in battle, still couldn't avoid the pitfall.
A pitfall? Huh? Heroin row, very nice. That's gonna be a lot of cash.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be useful.
Meanwhile, Possum, as stated, is doing the grind. Gonna get that power, gonna get it early, and gonna get a lot of stuff done as fast as possible with that Avenger, Kane, and whatever weapon Golbez has at the moment.
So at this point, I would imagine Scythe just B runs it straight to Dwarf Castle. That's an objective right there.
Yep. You know, you don't have the PAM, but So case summon is not on in 64, including this flag set, which was inspired by it. So you go down to the Feymarch, you grab that freebie, and then you exit out, and that's fine. There's nothing that you will want out of the shops either. I mean, unless you want like a light sword or something, or like a ninja hat. I don't
So,
think we
so I
have
guess
seen a
that begs
ninja
the
hat.
question: if J items are completely out of the shop, does that mean sirens are also? Because I know there's usually like a separate
Correct.
option to toggle.
As sirens are the items that they're not on.
Okay, so they are
They do not
completely out.
exist in shops. But because I have given you edge for a reason. You can steal sirens with edge if you wanted
Yes.
to at lower Babel.
I gotta wonder because I haven't seen their inventories very well. I wonder if maybe you hope and look through an item shop, maybe find some Cure 3s as well.
The idea that I had was like you can choose your grind. Basically, you can use Stella and Darkness to go ahead and do a demashing grind, or you can use Edge and Underground Access to perform a Siren grind. And it goes like whatever the seed pretty much tells you to do. But if in case there's a choice, you can make that choice. And I thought about engaging that way. But we'll see if Scythe Marshal decides to steal Sirens instead of grinding the machines. And who's waiting at Dwarf Castle?
It's a Baigan.
It's Vigan. Ugh. I think this does this spot punch hard. I don't think
I
so.
I don't think so.
I think this spot has a lot of magic though. Yeah.
But I think even if it did, I don't know if it's that big a deal at this point with Scythe Party.
Yeah,
They might be able to take on it pretty well.
I think so too. Yeah. If anything, you can just like throw a meteor at him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just like fighting middle starts and Kane goes off. Nice. Some Ether 2s for Tella. The grind continues. I see that that possum downed Edge, and it's probably so Edge doesn't take turns, and instead their slow party members take turns in a certain order that is good for possum to get the weeks off and the attacks and the life pod.
In the meantime, everybody there on Scythe's range is basically doing a bunch of arm hunting here.
Buy armor grind, folks? Anyone ready for armor grind? No. Still some Disney XP. And who's waiting at the spot? Leviathan, it was you all along. But this shouldn't pose any sort of problem.
No, I mean, doing a quarter of damage of your health is not really going to be that big a deal. And it even misses Tella.
It means you love to see it.
Yeah, this is going to be over nice and quick. And done.
Bye. So, let's see what thing Luca has around her neck as a necklace. So Sis Radical, would you try guessing what the admin magic was?
Nope, I don't have a guess.
That's fair. Anyone in the chat notice anything? It's okay, you can take your time. Yes, Psychonaut got it. It is the color palettes.
Ah, I see.
They are indeed themed after Golbez and the Four Fiends. In fact, that Cecil palette is literally Golbez colors. as he's a party
Yeah, that
member.
would
You
make
can compare
sense.
it with the sprite in the middle of the screen right now.
Yeah,
It has
Kane. I
literally the
guess
same
that would mean
colors.
Kane would be Val, Edge would be Ruby,
Mm-hmm. Red
Sid would be
Edge.
Kainazo, and I wouldn't have really guessed that Tella was Mylon, but hey.
It's the brownest Tella has, okay? We did our best with Tella. The others were a no-brainer, but Tella
I'm a
was
little disappointed though that we can't work some extra admin magic and have Kane like do a little spin dance when he jumps.
I would love to see that. That would have been sick. Ooh, I think Scythe is gonna do Achilles Tower, or
It could also be hunting for sirens.
Yeah, I think he is. He's gonna do a siren grind. Ooh, I think Possum's done.
Yeah,
Very
so.
nice.
So we'll see how the boss setup for this vanilla giant's going to turn out. That's a lot of XP.
There it is. On Scythe is stealing sirens. We're gonna have the luxury of having Power Cry on the enemies, so the steal rate goes up. But Scythe is doing pretty well. I love that Tella's casting stop to the alert, so it just shuts up. That's so good.
That is every time I have to fight one of these and do some stealing, I have to do it every time because it drives me crazy. It is worth losing MP points for doing that. It is so worth it.
Where are you going, Possum? Opening chest, I guess. Hoping to fish a holy sword out of the last arm chest, I guess. That's fair. Last arm is not that tough. Ninja? That's nice. Worth the opening chest alone for that one. So, in the wise words of community member Invariable, if you see the inventory boss, you drop 8 items. Or 7 is fine too, but you know, a lot.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get those situations where you have like just an inventory full of things you want to sell, and you're like, but that's no, I need that money.
Yeah, and then you open another treasure chest, and the screen pops up again. Whoops.
Yeah, and then you cry a little bit.
Yeah, that's why you drop the lower value items. Oh, there goes fishing. Wow, that was kind of pitiful last round, honestly.
You can't win them all. Hey, another crystal, just the wrong crystal again. If only you could find the actual like crystal key item in a chest, that would be amazing. Just have all the other crystals drop except that one. Actually, that's true. You haven't seen the crystal shield or the armor or the gauntlet, so okay, there's plenty of time for more crystals to drop in traps.
So let's see what's waiting for us at the Giant of Babel. Meanwhile, Scythe Marshall is steadily making progress in the seed. Like, even without power overwhelming, he's doing pretty well. He doesn't need any more power to deal with his threats. Oh god! Oh god, no! Oh god, why? No god, why? Please. Second, hello, you've done first grind. How about second grind? Well, folks, this is gonna take a while. So, scrapping for some wonderful alt gauntlet action. Meanwhile, Scythe Marshall opened the treasure chest for a tower key. That's lovely. You haven't done Kila's tower yet, so you can just go ahead to the tower and do the whole thing in one go. Just once again, this is all my fault. don't sass like this is all me. boy, oh boy, I don't think Possum's gonna have any issues with the rest of the seed. Possum's not waiting to find the Pang, I see. Possum's going... no, Scythe Marshal, sorry. Scythe Marshal is going straight for that self-check. Yeah, bold move. I will personally try going up the tower, but this is like this. But this is also a freebie, and when you only need 2 key items, like this, this could be one of them, right there. Maybe he's also planning on going to Fabul and getting the key item from Sheila, and right away, going all the way to Troya, which is like next door technically to Fabul, and completing that. The gosh darn it, Magnus Cave. Oh yeah, Demist. Scythe Marshal defeated Demist. Yeah. So going up to the overworld has a lot of value if you're doing that instead of going up the Tower of Sod.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple checks.
Yeah, so I can see, like, thinking about it better, I can see why Scythe Marshal will go up to the overworld instead of going up the Tower of Sod, even with the Tower Key. A single D machine feels insulting. Like, haha, nice grind, nerd. Have a single D machine.
Well, I guess checking Sheila first.
That makes sense. I'm banking on a harp check right after this one. And ooh, Vanilla Pang! Let's go, Scythe! Vanilla Pang! What a move! What a like that's a power play right there. Like, I'm not gonna wait for the Pang. I'm gonna do this, and then it's Vanilla Pang. Let's see where where Scythe Marshal goes while Pasta Morpheus is dealing with this D machine. Ah, he didn't forget about the D machine. I mean, about the D mist. Entering from the right, very important, in case it's package. Very important. You don't think it is until it happens to you. Well, Hourglass 2 is very useful. It's not a key item that you want to see. You want Forge, but this is very useful. Honestly, I this is the best way the finale of this club could have gone, with a required giant with alt gauntlet running in elements, required all the gauntlet elements. Of course, it just had to be me. Guess maybe the Sylphs give Scythe Marshal something really good, but at this point, what could be like Artemis Bow could be really good for Sid. You give Sid Artemis Bow and a Crystal Ring, and he's gonna put up serious work at Ceramus. So hopefully he gets this item. Ooh, Possum's Dong. Possum's Dong and has gone back to heal because, oh boy, he needs the healing. That was tough. And Illusions is a little late for that. Vanilla Pan was hilarious. Just
Alright, so what's in CPU?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, it doesn't punch, so that's a winner.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You can always put up a wall if you need to as well.
Yeah. So Vanilla Pan was very funny, but it would be even funnier if this was, you know, an actual key item that you need, like the Forge. That's 7 key items. Maybe Scythe Marshal is waiting on 10 key items before grinding. Might want to grind on like gold dragons. Ooh, I mean, Sun Ruby is not a character. You don't need a character, but it is a key item. That's 8. Ooh, getting closer.
I'm gonna say it. Do the harp. Do the harp.
yeah, like you can go to the moon, but I will go to the moon with 9 key items. So like I find a key item on the moon, and then I grind on gold dragons. He's going for it. Possum's
Don't psych me out.
Possum's HP values are bonkers, and I love it. You know what? You buy some cabins for the moon. Hell yeah. You, you don't know you need cabins until you need cabins. You forget they exist, and then you're like, oh, where are my cabins? I thought I had cabins, but you didn't.
Yeah, you're sitting there being like, okay, I've got enough cabins to last me for a little while, and then you get to the moon and you keep like constantly resetting, and then you go, oh, I have no cabins.
Yeah, I forgot to buy cabins. Whoops, I thought I did. There we go. We're gonna get some nice tunes.
Yes. Well, in the meantime, Possum's finished that heavy 4th objective now, so
Indeed, the Giant's Babel is complete. And this time, Odin's name is on Kane's sword. He's going for that Odin.
Still going back to the moon, though.
I mean, he did grind. There are 6 key items on the Lunar Scepter ring. It's not a bad move.
Yeah, so maybe just figuring that first. I would have thought at least, you can do the hook route easy now. Might as well go get that 3rd objective done, and you figure maybe you find stuff towards your Cocoa Forge there, but...
Yep. That's true, that could be a thing too, yeah. But Possums like this, he does enjoy like plays like this, so I'm not surprised.
I mean, I shouldn't really be arguing with the logic of someone who is as skilled as him anyway, given my reputation. But hey, I'm allowed.
Yeah, this is like a perfectly valid play. Like both Side Marshal and Possum did perfectly fine plays that may pay off or may not pay off. But that's just the nature of the randomizer. It doesn't mean.
I mean, look, if that first boss he checks gives him a piece of the forge, well then.
Tell up bonk himself, unfailed bonking himself. Oof.
Oh, Bella, you had one job.
So close to skipping the cutscene. Oh well. At least it didn't get to the weak cast. Yeah, maybe Possum's thinking like, yeah, I have to pass, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. If I find something, fine. If not, whatever.
Well, but speaking of get out of the way, I guess we gotta get out of the way of this music we're about to hear.
Nice segue. And we're done with a wonderful rendition of Fight Against Culex from Super Mario Brothers RPG. Yes, Mario. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it came from.
So that's not good, but it is a Kyurem, and that's, I think, 9.
Yep.
I think that's 9 Kyurems. Ooh, the site is so close to getting double XP.
I mean, it's not a key item you need, but at least it's a key item.
Yeah, and finding Puzzle Morpheus has found Dr. Luge right at, the ribbon room. That kind of sucks. But at least it was Luge, despite the HP values there. Wow, Possum healing instead of doing the poison ball.
Oh, well, there's half the forge.
That's half the forge. Moon's not haunted, folks. Oh, I think Side Marshal is trying to steal Bacchus wines from the ogres.
I was about to say, I was looking at this fight being like, I don't even recognize what this is from. Is this an Algon?
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, he's not
yeah.
fighting a boss.
In Magnus, the random encounter is you get ogres and you can steal Bacchus from them. Yep, there it is. Excellent. Well, possibly got the guards. That's not bad. Wow, this one's pretty nice, huh? And we were complaining about the free bosses earlier, huh? If this is Diamond... Oh boy.
Aww. Well, Size didn't do anything.
I mean...
Should have gone with the pig.
What? Possum doesn't have to do the crowd.
Oh, for God's sake. Remember what I said like 5 minutes ago where I'm like, look, he might be going through this entire moon run and making me look like a complete buffoon for saying, maybe I'd just go do Antlion. Well, he's already got half the forge and doesn't have to do it at all now, so...
Yep. I mean, he's also going to miss on the D-Mist, which, we know that it doesn't have any value, but he doesn't. D-Mist was a hourglass too. So yes, a thunk. A very good song. And who's waiting at Mesa Moon?
And now at this point, he's probably gonna like either full clear the moon or get pretty close to it, because I mean, you've already gotten 2 out of 3 things you were hoping for. Why not keep going?
I mean, you have the pass, so Possum's not leaving the moon until he's done with it. So he never has to set foot on it ever again. And Octomom is really nice this spot. Wow, we're so worried. Like, oh, the freebies at the Baron Inn. Ooh, moon's scary this way. Well,
yeah, but I also think we weren't assuming that we were going to see 4,000 plus HP on characters right at that point. So,
good point. The double grind is real. Lit 3 from Terra, let's go.
I should know better though. Possum and D Machine is as canonical as Antlion and Moon. So
like that's why you check. That's what you check elements. I personally am a fan of checking elements before I do a D Machine grind, because it could be a freebie, and that like cuts your grind in half or more.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, Autogolem is not a freebie, let's be real. But with this power that you have, you can certainly get through those fights and get a lot of XP, and then you barely have to grind. Like, you use the moon to grind afterwards, and you don't even have to do the machines. So, but it's you go into the giant single-mindedly, like, okay, this is my grind, and the fights after. So you don't even think about that.
I was waiting for that fight to end and being like, I swear if it's Adamant behind this. If he goes 3 for 3 with things, I was about to lose it.
Well,
but...
2 more spots left for it to be 3 for 3. We're still missing the Rat Tail and the Baron Key and the Luca Key and the Package and the Spoon, so it doesn't have to be the Adamant, but it could very well be the Adamant.
And keep in mind too, the Rat Tail is still out for fines, so that may even be hiding it.
Indeed.
Now we might be finding on side screen in a moment if it's either atop a tower or when he exits if it's at Super Cannon, but we're kind of getting pretty close to seeing where all the checks are. I mean, I don't think anybody's touched Baron at this point either, so there's still a couple of places for it. I mean, still you have to find Luca Key as well.
Side's checking the stats, like, oh, is this gonna be the 4? Is this gonna be out Gauntlet? Gosh darn it. But no, we're fine. Evil wall at Crystal Sword. Ooh, ooh.
All right, so those 4,000 HP might not help as much now.
I mean, it will help, of course, but.
Well, yeah, it'll help more than what 2,000 would have. But
Oh, free playing image. There it is. Kainasu at this spot kind of sucks because this spot has a pretty decent HP value. But I think Side Marshal might be fine. Especially with that King of swinging.
yeah, we'll probably be fine. More just an annoyance. And you see him just waiting there with Rubicant, not Edge, to cast a thunder spell. I didn't know Rubicant knew that.
Well, he learned some tricks from his friend. Remember at the end when you defeat him, he goes, "Ah, I see. Your power lies in fighting together as one with your friends."
And now I'm just imagining every time Sid goes to hit Kainazu going, "Stop punching yourself."
I mean, the idea for this flag set was the party members are the real elemental fiends, and these are like copies created by the evil forces of Zeromans. So there you go. And Possums through that evil wall. Nice.
Don't be adamant. Don't be adamant. Oh, could be adamant.
Could be. It isn't, but could be.
Ah, inventory boss though.
Stop looting so much, Possum. You don't need it.
Better hope that rat tail was worth it. Inventory boss is the worst.
Hiding inside the shell, no problems from Side Marshal. That wave might as well not have happened if it didn't even happen. This spot is not very fast, so.
So I think that just leaves the one last altar there at the beginning.
The Muramasa altar, yep. Which is when I go to the moon, I really like peeking the Muramasa altar. I go like, oh, like a cartoon. I just like peek my neck out, like, who's this? Who is it? Possum's leaving the Mura altar? What? Huh. Interesting. Also, that was a package from Side Marshal side.
I mean, that's 10 key items now, but not what you're hoping to find.
Well, once Scythe goes to the moon, he doesn't need to grind. Moon XP will shoot him to Thermos levels.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Super Cannon is hiding that item, and we'll find out very shortly as well.
That's true. Like, imagine you get that element for Super Cannon, and then you just go straight to the moon, and you find that legend, and you just walk down to Thermos.
Yeah, still gotta do Giant though, so probably a little bit more work to be done on Scythe's part, but...
Oh, true. Maybe Scythe doesn't feel like he has to grind once he goes through Giant with double XP, because the Giant bosses give a lot of XP.
That is also true.
He doesn't even know it's an alt gauntlet.
Oh, it's a spoon. So back to the altar we go.
Good thing he dropped a save on the moon. You know, when you only need one key item, that's fair. I get that.
Yeah, you know what they say, check your freebies.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, that's a rabbit hole.
Ooh. Scythe's gonna pop some eggs. Fair.
Gonna feel real bad for Scythe now if that altar turns out to be adamant.
We don't have curse rings. I will remind everyone that we don't have curse rings, so Possums over level might be a bit of an issue in terms of agility. So I guess we'll see. We do have ring equipment and a dwarf axe, though. I guess we'll see. Wyvern! Magnet! One person to Magnet Wyvern. That should have been Kane.
Not the best random one, but hey, we'll still take the slight bit of comedy.
Is I think State is swinging an Earth Hammer. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think this Wyvern's gonna get a lot of work in.
No, they're so fast.
I'll even be shocked if Wyvern gets the wall up. Oh, never mind.
Scythe Marshal is using the Dragoon Spear to one-shot the dragons in the X for 68,000 EXP. Very
Oh,
nice.
there's a holy sword.
Okay. That's a reward and a half. It's not, adamant, but it is a wonderful upgrade. What if the
No.
Seed has the Lightbringer, though? That would be so sick.
Now at this point, I'll have to do a little bit of psychic work. Oh wait, is he not? Oh, I don't think he actually did do the Odin fight. No, he didn't. He skipped it.
I mean, it's good that he skipped it because case someone is not on. Does he think he has to do it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he might think it's on.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, Scythe doesn't have any idea about second grind. Guess we'll see. But this grind is really, really fast and really optimal. Like, I don't think Scythe even stole that many sirens. Yes, I don't think Possum did the async this week now. Whoops. But that's gonna make Scythe get ahead. I don't think Scythe needs that much HP, but yeah, sure. Honestly, like, safety is a strat. Like, you don't know what's waiting at the moon and at the giant. And despite Possum like not having, I don't think Possum needs more levels. Like, after doing the machine and second grind with the old gauntlet as elements, I feel like getting more EXP is probably not what Possum wants. He might have just forgot that his summon's not on. Wait. Oh! Scythe Marshal is stealing a Silk Web. Scythe Marshal's knowledge of the drop tables from the previous tournament is extremely good. Honestly, life stuff is really good for Tella. Tella really needs those 15 points of will. It's an upgrade from the silent stuff. That's gonna make Tella's healing really decent. If not good, because that plus the bonuses that he gets from the white shirt means that he's gonna do some real good healing.
Yeah, a lot of displays getting put on here of how Edge can be really, really useful if you know where to look.
I love how in each screen, it's like, here's how Tella is really useful, and the other screen is like, here's how Edge is really useful in this flag set, because those are the both sides that we saw in 64, the past tournament. Where's Boston going? Okay, I thought he was gonna do like Troya drops, Troya swag.
Just gonna use the spaceship for the rest of the run.
Ooh, Scythe is checking the Seal Cave. Ooh, the play.
Yeah.
The play of avoided like Never Moon. Hashtag Never Moon Life.
I mean, if Adaman's there, then it pays off. I mean, we're starting to get down to very, very few spots left.
I think this is it, isn't it?
Either that or Baron.
Oh, Baron. Oh, yeah, but Baron has to be here. We found the chain. This is Baron to Adamant. It has to be. Did we get... Oh, whoops. See, this is why we get trackers, folks. So they can tell the commentators, no, we have Baron key, It was a dwarf castle, huh?
Oh, we would have known. We would have known that again, but Possum just decided to do everything else before that. Except Harp, of course. Except Harp. I got to be careful with my words there.
Yes, except Harp. Very important. So Baron might have the goods all along.
I mean, it's a 50-50 split, I think, at this point between Baron or Seal Cave for that Adamant.
Yes, and Seal Cave, honestly, people give Seal Cave a bad rap, but you don't have to fight the boss if the item isn't what you need, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, but we just like it better when Warp Glitch is on.
Yeah. I hope this is adamant. I honestly, I really hope this is adamant.
Yeah, because I mean, depending on what Possum decides to do afterwards, at least Adamant will give Scythe a chance to catch back up again.
Because no one has finished yet.
Okay.
Ah, there it is! If
Because if it was
Possum...
Baron,
Yeah.
Possum could have immediately gone there, and Scythe would be way behind at that point. But nope, we still have a race between the two here.
If Scythe Marshall does bottom up, like does the moon bottom up, he's gonna find Legend Sword right away
Yeah.
in the even room, and he's gonna be set. He just has to walk down to Ceramic.
Because I think.
I mean, he has to do the
Yeah,
event
yeah.
first, of course, but
And Ribbon Room is a common pickup for people to go after, so
Mhm.
that might actually be the case if it gets to that.
yup. And if he does bottom up, he won't have the Crystal Sword, but that's okay. I feel like this party has some decent power. If the Golbez clone. Ha ha ha.
Yes, you're right. That is the clone.
Yes, this is the clone of Golbez. Golbez is right there in the party.
I mean, the really oversized Honey, I Shrunk the Kids level clone, but a clone nonetheless.
Ooh. And Kane is free from this curse of the hold spell. That's gonna be useful. Yes, no curse ring makes this pretty nasty, honestly.
Oh, but who's gonna cast Meteo against Golbez?
No, Tella. Hey, remember when I made like a meta objective in Tella's Heroes Journey, like, hey, cast Meteor against Golbez, and then Golbez was like, I wouldn't. That was fun. That was fun times.
I mean, I would imagine seeing that as a meta objective, my first brain would be going, well, I'm not going to get that off because I'm going to do this fight 10 times and Golbez is always going to take Tell out.
He's just gonna punch Tella every single time. There's nothing you
Yep.
can do about it.
Ooh,
Ouch.
that's a damage roll.
Good lord.
Bye,
Come
Kane.
on,
Oh my
come on.
god.
Well, okay, this should be fine now.
I was sitting here being like, man, this fight shouldn't be too bad. I did not realize how bad the magic points were here.
I mean, the good thing about Golbez is that you can reflect the spells back at him, so he takes himself out, especially those lightning threes.
Yeah.
But that was scary for a second right there. And you know what? The good thing is that with the whole party down, he's just gonna like the ATB pointer is gonna run through Cecil and Golbez, Cecil and Golbez, Cecil and Golbez.
Oh yeah, the fight will go by much faster for sure.
Yup. So that was pretty, honestly, not a bad move. And yes,
So we'll just say it was intentional, okay?
yes.
We meant for them to take seriously heavy spell damage.
Mhm. So as Chat points out, Crush from Evil Wall is magic based. So the developers wanted magic Crush to hit to kill the party members one by one. So they beefed up that spot's magic power. That's why Golbez was hitting so hard.
I got to imagine at this point. I mean, Scythe might go to Baron, but I feel like Moon's probably the next move.
Baron is a cutscene, like a pretty lengthy cutscene, 2 bosses and 1 key item. And the Moon, he's like 6 key items.
Yeah.
So like, might be hoping for like a gamble, like, hey, I'm gonna do Baron for the gamble. Guess we'll see. Meanwhile, Possum finding the freebie and going, bye. Not interested. Where are you going, Scythe? Ooh. Oh, the pink tail?
Yeah, maybe just checking to see if anything fun comes out of it. Maybe a holy sword.
Oh, it could be a holy sword, yeah. I mean, what Possum is gonna do now that Possum has the tower key, he can do both tower checks, no problem. And
Here's a holy
yes.
sword.
If Scythe Martial, okay, so Crystal Sword is still way better than Excalibur, but Excalibur is really, really good still. So even if Scythe Martial does bottom to top instead of top to bottom, he's not gonna be as punished for it.
So here's what we're essentially looking at now. Possum is on the route to getting Luca Key, probably will immediately go check that afterwards and would find the adamant. In the meantime, you hope Scythe is going straight for the moon and hopefully goes to Ribbon Room first.
This
This
is
could be
neck and neck.
very tight.
This is neck and neck, honestly. Like, and what, it doesn't matter which boss is at the Baron, like either spots. Like, this part is gonna shred through that, so it's not even gonna take that long, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Fiery Blow thing and Chat Scythe still has Giant. That is true.
Ooh, Giant, that's true. We forgot about that. And that Alt Gauntlet is nasty. Oh well.
But
I
Scythe's
don't.
choosing to go Baron.
Uh, this is nothing.
Yeah, we actually know now that it's going to be completely nothing.
It can't even be a crystal sword because of how the drop tables work. Too bad.
It's a real shame, but that's the gamble. No, all the key items are taken care of too.
No. I mean, equipment. Is there anything
Oh.
we want from this? I can't think of anything at this point. The Murasame maybe. That'll be good for Edge, I guess.
Yeah, it might be about it.
Like Artemis bow too for Sted. That were pretty good.
But yeah, at this point, this could be a very painful drop into nothingness.
It just had to be Water Hack, the one boss that is gonna take longer. Because you have to hit it 3 times. Because you're really powerful, so you would rather to just kill it. No. That's so funny. Goodness gracious. Believe in yourself and be strong. That's a message from Anna to all of you folks at home. Believe in yourself and be strong.
I'm kind of surprised that Anna has no problem talking to these 5 monsters here on the screen, though.
Yeah, Possum's done with the tower really easily. It's a Surad Baron who's gonna last 2 hits. Yeah, 5.3k HPC. It's pretty disgusting. You're right.
We need to go further.
You might want to like buy. I guess you can buy the items, but if this was another stage, you could buy some blizzards, some firebombs and stuff, and just like use that with Sid instead of attacking.
Oh god. Just gross. Instead, we get this sad excuse for a Val.
Come on. Oh, it seems we have a first place finisher in Simbu that's done with a time of 1 hour and 30 minutes. Nice one, Simbu. Yeah, this is like power overwhelming plus plus. That's true.
Well, Possum possibly going to check freebies first, huh?
Possum, no, where you going?
Oh, wait, maybe changing his mind. Yep, changing his mind. Maybe just leaving a save there just in case that doesn't turn anything, so he has his next path.
Oh, good point. Well, Possum's right on the right track. He doesn't have to. Possum, because Possum, Side Marshal did Vanilla Pan, so he went down to. He double dipped. What was that? I missed it.
Dragoon Lance.
Another Dragoon Lance. We don't need that.
So he doesn't know it yet, but Possum's in go mode, so.
Yep. And the thing is that Possum didn't have to do the Yang Pan check. But Scythe, like obviously, like you're looking for 2 key items, so you go ahead and do the freebies. But since Pan was Vanilla Pan, he had to double dip Sylph Cave, and Possum doesn't have to do that because he has chosen this path.
Yep. You were almost hoping that to get back to a neck and neck race that he did, so it would have just taken a little bit more time out. But nope, made the right call. So very, very shortly, Possum will see the good news and will be well on his way to getting that last objective done and getting ready for Z.
I hope this is like Gigant X. You know, something like other party members can use, because as cool as the Lightbringer is, it's basically just Crystal Sword with a bit more power to it, honestly. It's not even that cool, but you already have a Crystal Sword, that's the thing.
Well, I mean, did we not get the admins to make a special item just specifically for Golbez?
Golbez is a paladin now. He can get paladin things. It's fine. It's okay.
We have a second place finisher as well now. Wylam finishing 133.01.
GG's, Wylam. I'm sure Possum's like cackling right now.
Oh, he's going to cackle even more when it's all said and done. Actually, wait, no, you already know what the item is. Never mind.
He's in go mode.
In go mode, but hey, we're gonna make you work for it a little bit. And by work, I mean sit there.
Oh wow, amazing! Tell us what's at the moon all along.
I'm trying to think, did we only see 2 different Tela locations in this seed? Because then that would make canonical sense. There's only 2 Mylon fights.
Say that I've seen. I want to say that I've seen 3 Telas, but I don't know.
If there's 3, then I need to know who Mylon's long lost third brother is. Maybe that's the true final boss. But we see Scythe starting at the altar is going to get the Crystal Sword, so it's going to be good news in some aspect, but not going to be that Legend Sword good news.
Ooh, so he started with Wyvern. Interesting.
I mean, you're going to get that Crystal Sword, you're going to be happy. It's not what you're looking for, but I mean...
Yeah.
Sword with a Golbez, I almost said Cecil. You're gonna have a big smile on your face regardless. You're like, well, at least the next boss I do take on is not gonna have a fun time.
Yeah. Ooh, there it is. I'm sure Scythe is really happy about that. I think it's like at this point, Scythe Marshall knows that the Legend Sword is on the moon, so it's only a matter of time until he finds it. So I understand why the idea of them going top to bottom, because as soon as you get the like, you have to walk less to find the key item, and then leave to do the Forge and the Giant.
Yeah, if you end up finding the Legend Sword at that altar, you're on easy street now. You're just gunning.
Yeah, absolutely. And which cool weapon is Golbez is gonna get?
It's a shame that it's Sea Hero, because I would have loved to see a harp. Just to get Possum at least some sort of harp to have to deal with.
Gigant Axe! Very nice. That means both King and Seed can equip the Gigant Axe. So, since you already have a Crystal Sword, that's all. You know, maybe you can get Clever. And the cool thing is that if you Avenger... Power shirts! Coco's selling power shirts, hello?
Well, I guess we're selling out the farm now.
Third place finisher with Rivon with a time of 1 hour 36 minutes. Nice work, Rivon. So
Ninja saying in the chat, did I hear shirtless Golbez? Well, not anymore with those power shirts. No, there's gonna be shirts on Golbez now.
the interesting thing about the Gigant Axe is that you can equip the Gigant Axe on Kane, swap it to Avenger, and then so Kane will be swinging with the stats of the Gigant Axe while Berserk, and then gives the Gigant Axe to Sid. So they will both be using Gigant Axe stats to attack, if you want to get technical with it.
Still a lot of those weapons that I haven't gotten to see. I don't get to play with that version of Smith very often, so there are still a lot of. I'm usually just used to seeing like Able Lance and whatever Edward has that I never end up using.
I don't know about Abel's Lance and never ends up using in the same sentence. I don't know about that. Abel's Lance a good spear, okay? Can't believe people say that. Side Marshal is facing off against that evil wall, which, Side Marshal has less EXP than Possum, but I don't think he needs more EXP. I mean, more HP. He's fine. That Crystal Sword's doing good work.
I mean, have you seen Possum? Clearly you need more HP.
Yes, clearly. There's the Rat Tail. You leave for the Rat Tail if you're inside Marshal's shoes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. The save has given me that inclination to think that too. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Bye. Oh goodness, we're seeing flags. I think they're telling me to go to bed because it's like 10 p.m. or something. And I've worked a lot on this community collab, so I think I need to go take a nap.
Oh yeah, but first we got to ask a question before we go to bed.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. So the thing about the free enterprise is that you may have noticed that we have shuffled the bosses around, but Ceramus, the final boss, we don't change where he is because he has the best in the game, and his script is really tough, so he remains as the final boss. But we have to randomize something. This is a randomizer, so we randomize what he looks like. Do you mind doing the honors? Is what I call?
Sure, let's ask that fateful question. Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight? And does it have a butt? Or more specifically, is it cute?
And what is Ceramus cosplaying as today? The actual anchor is Golbez because he's the hero.
I don't know what's in the system, but if it's a giant Cecil, I'm gonna laugh.
That would be funny. If the admins have done any magic on Ceramus, I'm gonna be surprised too. I don't think so though. Shala, bored.
I'm trying to focus and I can't.
I hear it was like all sneaky deaky, like, I asked Shala to change the sprites so they're matched the Golbez and the 4 Fiends. And then Shala goes and surprises me as well, of course.
Why am I not surprised though?
I mean, Shala and also board face, because Shala acts board face very nicely. So Shala's the board face. For many things, we also did.
I always gotta surprise people. Come on, you know me. What did we say when we were planning all this? I don't do half-hearted shenanigans.
That is true. You don't.
And we all appreciate it.
So, so I don't think Possum's gonna have any issues with this fight.
But it's Pain Man. It should.
Pain Man's, yeah, but Pain Man's main weakness. What is Pain Man's number one weakness? You can tell me.
Justice?
No, HP. If your party has too much HP, the dark waves, he only gets 2 to 3. This is the same thing. Possum has too much HP.
Those dark waves are coming out as fast though. I feel like this giant Painimus is kind of lacking in speed like the normal Pain Man would normally do.
I think Possum gets some agility shenanigans.
At the same time, too, we're finally going to get the good news on side screen. He will get that Legend Sword, so it'll just be getting that Giant done left on his end.
Indeed. He's gonna be real happy about the Gigant Axe too, I'm sure. Watch. Do you think Dr. Nugget talks like nasally? Like, now for the real fight.
No, I'm expecting like your cliche like anime evil doctor voice where it's just extremely high pitched and constantly laughing.
Oh, I get that. That makes sense.
I'm getting like Hojo from Final Fantasy VII vibes.
Hojo's voice. Okay, we have Shala in the room. We can talk about this. Okay.
I did not intentionally say Hojo for that specific reason. What?
I mean, I came here to be like, Alchemy, why does your Lugae voice sound like Squidward?
I've never watched SpongeBob, but I'll take it. And Possum's
there's the end.
Possum did it. Possum has finished in 4th place with a time of 1 hour 43 minutes 26 seconds. GG's Possum. We'll see if he joins us with an interview. Meanwhile, Side Marshal is getting ready to finish the fight because he just has to do Forge and do the Giant. He's gonna be real sad about that old gauntlet. But oh well. At least he will be very happy about that Gigant Axe. It's gonna make the old gauntlet go at a pretty brisk pace.
Yeah, you'll stress just a little bit.
Indeed. I believe we are joined by legendary Possum Morpheus. Hello.
Legendary? I don't know about that.
I mean...
Hello. GG's, everyone.
GG's to you as well.
First of all, what's up with those names? I'm curious.
Captain Planet.
Nice. Okay, I'll buy it. Sure.
I mean, it's got earth and wind and water and fire, and I mean, heart had to be something, so we went with Cecil for heart.
You know, after Golbez redemption arc, which is the say, that works. Sure.
Did I meet the meta objective?
Well, now that you explained it, I buy it. Sure, you did. Good work.
Awesome. All right, that's all I care about. We're good.
So, what about this state? Go on. First impressions. Hit me with this.
The trap chests were not good. I wasted a lot of time looking for things that didn't help. So,
I mean,
that was kind of rough.
So many
but
rings.
eventually, yeah, lots of rings. But eventually got the crystal sword I was looking for, albeit a little after I would have liked it. Should have gone top down instead of bottom up on the moon, I guess, and had that crystal sword. But whatever.
Right.
It was
You say that as you found Magma Key and Adamant and Legend Sword there.
I mean, yeah, but that wasn't the power that I wanted to go through things with this party. I also made a bit of a faux pas by not sneaking some Bacchus wines. The Avenger was a bit of a bailout, but I went really hard on loot early on, and I don't think that necessarily played out because I couldn't find a weapon worth a darn for Kane. And then I was rocking like wooden hammer and
hold on,
spear.
I thought that was Earth Hammer. Oh
no, there was wooden hammer the entire time. So I couldn't find weapons for either of them, even after all that looting I did. Then finally go to Fabul, get the Earth Crystal. I'm like, okay, see Avenger and White Spear and all this shiny stuff in there for Kane, and I'm like, oh man, if I would have just done key item checks, I would have saved myself like 7 or 8 minutes of unnecessary looting. So I'm very curious to see how everyone else approached it. But the quicker you get to that Earth Crystal, the quicker the seed opens up. And it just, it makes sense seeing where everyone else had finished before me. I know that I can attribute probably a lot of that to overlooting early on.
That's fair. So, what do you think about the second grind? I know how to roll them.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something I wanted to see after spending enough time to get 937,000 XP for everyone. I really didn't need another 300,000. That was a bit unnecessary, but it is what it is. Nothing like power overwhelming. Levels ultimately do solve everything.
I mean, yeah, like 5,000 plus HP kind of does a little bit of work.
Yeah, I mean, I was never worried at that point that anything was going to stop me. Even a rude like Wyvern or Golbez, which I found both, was not really a major concern. So, like, the weird part is, even finding Golbez in Sealed Cave, Sid can tank a hit from that, Cecil can tank a hit, Kane can tank a hit, even Edge was close to tanking a hit. So it was like, the things that should be scary just because of the levels weren't. So it was kind of funny.
Yes.
And I mean, speaking of said levels, like, when you saw that Darkness Crystal, did you just immediately think like the D-Machine route, or were you kind of like in a different ballpark before you just decided ultimately not to take that hook route at all?
I didn't find what I wanted in Trap Chess, and so I was like, well, let's just go grind. And I think I overgrinded. Probably could have stopped about 4D machines sooner and gotten about 500k and been fine. But I was compensating for only air quotes, having an Avenger. It's like the third best thing in the game, but that was kind of where I was at with it. Was go ahead and do the grind, get all the levels, and then it was the choice of Moon or Earth. And I really wasn't sure what the right direction was. It seems like it would have been correct, air quotes correct, for this seed to go Earth first. But I just have a hard time wanting to go through a hook route when I have Moon access and only need terminal key items. Finding the Legend Sword right away, I was like, well, if I leave now and the Adamant's up here, I'm never going to find it till like my 28th check. So
that's fair.
I couldn't leave at that point. I was kind of bought in.
Well, it worked out nicely. You get the Magma Key, so you definitely don't have to do that hook route. And then not to mention finding that Crystal Sword on the Masamune or the Murasame altar. So it ended up working out nicely in that favor anyway.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately at the end, it was power overwhelming. Cecil had a Crystal Sword. Kane had a Gigant Axe. Edge had a Mute Knife, I think.
Yes.
So he didn't. Yeah, he didn't quite get there, but we had some darts for him. And then who else did we have? Sid had a wooden hammer, I guess, or I don't know. He was a chemist. It don't matter. But it was good. I had best in slot Tella, life staff, crystal ring, white shirt, wizard hat. So that was cool. He was a real white mage. But yeah, it was good stuff. I always enjoy the club. I always, say it, and I do mean it. Yeah, you do a heck of a job with it, Alchemy, and I appreciate you for it.
So, as a final question, what do you think of this being on CC4? Like, what's your take on it as a different take on CC4? Since you did do a bunch of CC4 like last tournament, I believe.
Oh, is that what this was based on?
Yeah. Didn't you notice? Come on, I worked so hard on it. Pause, please.
Okay, reading is hard. I'm bad at it. We've established this. That makes sense, though, because it's C Hero, and it's no case summon. Yeah,
that's
okay,
fair,
I see it now. Yeah, I get it.
I did just like turn like Life Leech on and some stuff like, oh, I'm gonna do 64 but different. But that's okay.
I'm sorry, Alchemy. I've let you down. It won't be the last time, I promise.
Did you figure out what the admin magic was?
I probably should have, but no.
The color palettes for the characters were Golbez and the Four Fiends.
Oh, okay.
And apparently Shala did something without telling me. I put Painimus at the end, so there's that.
I did see the Painimus part, but I wasn't sure if that was like intentional or not, or
apparently it was.
Neat. Yeah, I'm bad at the whole color palette things because like I don't have an extensive history with RPGs and like where the color palettes come from and like sci-fi stuff. So I get lost on a lot of that, and there's a lot of smarter people than myself with it.
Fair. So thanks a lot, Possum. I know you didn't officially join the club, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna give you a shout out anyways. So
yeah, my apologies.
You're fine. Points don't matter. It's okay. It's easy for show. So thanks a lot, Possum and GG's for the race, and we'll see you in the tournament because we have a tournament coming up. Wink, wink.
Yeah, you'll see me in the tournament, losing to such luminaries, hopefully, in the group of death as Pancraz, Dusty, Dia. Let's put on a show, win or lose. That's all I want.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you, Alchemy, and CS Radical for comms. I'll enjoy watching this one back, I'm sure. Thank you, Scala, for the restream, thank you, Psycho, for the restream, and Scala for tracking, or vice versa, or something. Yes. I see those names in here, and I have to assume those are the folks involved.
You got it.
Again, reading, it's hard. Thank y'all. Have a great day.
GG's.
See ya. So, while we're finishing up with Possum, Scythe Marshal is finished with the Giant. That means that the only challenge left is going to be Zeramus. And with the gear and power that Scythe Marshal has, it's gonna be fine. I'm sure.
Yeah, we go from one end to another, so.
Indeed. I don't think Scythe Marshal's gonna have any issues. Like, Scythe Marshal even stole a custom silk web with edge outside of Cockle Forge, if you recall.
Yeah, Scythe is pretty well prepared for this fight.
Yeah, using that, he's gonna make Zeramus pretty slow, and it's gonna be just like, oh, nice.
Yeah, this fight is playing out to be very much like your typical Berserker and just constantly just whack away at a really slow Z fight.
Indeed.
Which is a very safe strat and a very easy strat. So for newer players, take note. Like this is one of the most painless ways to do it.
Gigant Crystal Ring. Sid. I love it. I love it. Let's go. I think he's fine with agility, isn't he? I think I saw it 29 or something.
I was moving too fast. I couldn't catch it.
yeah, these folks read so gosh darn fast and process the info.
I know it's a race, but come on, give us commentators some help.
New commentator rule: every time you check stats, you have to leave 5 seconds to screen. 5 seconds. Otherwise, you're bam.
Perfect.
We're gonna do our job.
No, we have another finisher, Tybalt, finishing in 5th at a 156.12. GG's to Tybalt.
You won't actually be banned. Just bend you however you want.
And here we go. We're gonna see a reprise of the fight against Painimus. Have a good time, he says, knowingly.
Albeit with a little less HP, but I don't know if anybody else in this entire run is probably going in with as much HP as Possum did, most likely.
Yeah. Possum was well beyond prepared.
That's my favorite kind of prepared, though.
I agree. I have a saying for this game. It's like, there is no challenge in free enterprise that the levels can't solve. You just level, you just grind, that's fine. you'll be good.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you're going to get those levels.
Yes, but as long as you can get them, which is the important part.
Now, if you're playing with a flag set that's like K unsafe and you're stuck on the moon at really low levels and your only thing is to do like random encounters, well, okay, maybe at that point the levels are a little tedious, but
Well, tedious, but useful.
they still work.
But
Well, we still
saying-
got somebody above 5,000 HP, so maybe the levels aren't that much higher.
Yeah, that's true.
I was just hoping for a Tella at 2,000 HP. That's all I really wanted.
God. Can't you
I-
even get Tella to 2000 HP actually?
Without Apple's I don't even know if you could.
Let me check real quick. Tella, because hey folks, again, we have a really wonderful wiki. It's great. Let's see. At level. Yes, at level around 86.
All right, well, based on the amount of XP you'd probably need for that, maybe levels aren't necessarily the option if that's what you're looking for.
They still are. He gets like around 2,400 HP. That's enough to survive an unnerved Big Bang at level 99.
How long would it take you to get Tella to 80 something?
I
That is a
mean,
lot of sirens.
That's the million XP.
Yeah, you know,
So-
it's no small number.
You can get there. You just do a lot of D machines.
Look, if or unless you just want to take like a stack of 99 sirens and just sit there at in the underground and just kind of like you got half an hour free.
Yeah. At that point, I'm gonna just set up a script, honestly. Egg grind for the chance of silver apples. Berserk is a genius. Wonderful, wonderful. So, as expected, you know, like we said, Tella with the white shirt and the life staff, he can put up some really decent healing. Like he can put people like fuck up. It's not like unreasonable for Tella to be a really good, you know, white mage at least for this fight, for the duration of this fight.
Yeah. You would just figure that more often than not in Siege, you'll probably be finding a Rosa long before you get that Tella at this point, but in this specific seed, no, yeah, it shows that Tella can actually have some use.
Like it's very easy to dismiss Tella because there are other better options in the city, like Fustoya or any pure mage. But then when push comes to shove, you can make Tella work, and he's as useful as any other tool in your toolkit of like a player. So as long as you know how to use it, he can do some good work.
Yeah, if you can nerf Big Bangs, or in this case, just have a Big Bang miss Tella completely.
Swag, old man. There it is.
There we go.
Scythe Marshal has finished being in 6th place with time of 2 hours and 9 seconds. GG, Scythe Marshal.
And we will be seeing him potentially for an interview in just a moment as we get ready to close things out here.
Sure enough, he will be joining us.
Very enjoyable seed, though, altogether.
Thank you. I did my best. I did my best to like focus really hard. I put my fingers on my forehead like and I went at the screen. Roll something good.
Is that what it sounds like when you're thinking?
It sounds like when I'm thinking extra hard. It was pretty bad at school. Hello, Scythe Marshal.
Hello.
So, thank you for racing this on stream. Like, I've known you've joined literally every single race live, and I really appreciate it that you were able to join at the last race stream.
Yeah, no problem. It's been fun. My computer did not decide to screw up, so that's good. So you got to see the pain that is black belt Sid with Gigantax.
I love Black Ball Civic Dragon X. What are you talking about?
Yeah, me too. That was, I don't know. It was like I could have gone in way fewer with like fewer levels, but I didn't feel like dealing with Tella being my white mage, so I didn't have to.
Look,
I mean,
as we said several times, there is nothing wrong with just over leveling.
yeah.
Well, it's slow. I finished in 6th, but anyway.
Tella did put up like I don't know, like a 1500 Cure 4. That was pretty decent. Come on.
Oh
give
yeah,
the old man a
white
chance.
shirt's pretty baller.
Yeah.
He also dodged rocks, unlike the
Yeah.
rest of the losers.
Yeah, I was a little upset about that. I'm like, he doesn't even get to take damage.
No,
he was
actually,
too cool.
he also only got 1 roll on the first Big Bang. Huh? So yeah, Tella did good, I guess. the few things he did.
Absolutely. So, what were your thoughts, like your overall thoughts on the seed?
Well, I think the correct play was D Machine. The correct play was absolutely D Machine.
Well,
But I just never found ethers, so I said I don't care.
that's fair, honestly. I actually forget where ethers were, but they were somewhere, but I forget where.
Yeah, I don't
Agar,
recall
either.
either.
Silvera, one of those 2 places. Maybe my city. I never checked there either.
Yeah, like doing a tour of the world to check shops sounds really slow, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
And like,
I think this would have been better had I found Legend at Baron Castle. That would have saved me some time.
Yeah,
that's fair. We were hoping for that, but alas. that's a
yeah, we'd
shame.
already seen the locations. It was actually potentially shaping to be a lot closer, but sometimes the gambles just don't work out the way you want them to.
Yeah. Well, I gambled early Earth Crystal. I said, Avenger. That'll be fine. Kane's got this.
He did though. He did get it.
For a while, he did have it.
It was impressive. I figured that would be fine. I'm kind of grumpy about the pink tail at Cave Magnus that I did not get for a
Yeah.
long time. So if Possum or anyone else did super early Twin Harp, then well, Cecil could have been more useful way earlier in the seed.
Well, Possum didn't, so because of course. So you're fine, but it was still, that's a nice sword, but boy, you always hope for more. Like, you're already giving me a tier 8. Come on, you can do a little better than Excalibur.
Yeah, I opened so many monster boxes.
Yes. I don't blame you though. Like, the greed for the holy sword is there. Honestly, you have a Cecil. It's just, I don't blame you at all.
Am I the one who's hearing you as a robot, or is everyone hearing you as a robot? I don't have chat open.
I have no idea.
It's
Oh,
probably
well.
the case. Discord has been very unfriendly during the course of the
Yes.
stream for us.
Yes.
I see.
So it might be Discord in general. Beep boop though.
Blame
Hello.
Discord. He'll be fine.
So what about second grind? That was a little gem that I rolled just for you all.
I'm sorry, I couldn't catch that.
And what about second grind?
Oh, second grind. Second grind was funny. Second grind reminded me why you put Tella in the center slot.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
I
Yeah,
really
'cause,
should have just said, heck. Everyone's got Dragoon armor. It'll be fine. Kane, I should have just Avenger glitched the Dragoon Lance at that point. It would have been faster, I think. But, whatever. I when I saw that, I said, D-Machine really was the correct choice, because you D-Machine to like mid-40s, because you don't need more for the melee party. And then you just get second grind, and now you have all the levels for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, and then you go up to the moon, I guess.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
up
and you
in
fight
the
more monsters. I could have done.
I defined the magma key on the moon. That was so weird. Like, come on, folks.
So interestingly, the So we got Darkness Crystal stupidly early, like 4 key items early. And so I think realistically, it's not even like you go to the moon and you get, you do more fights, but you're still only going to be level 50 some because you're not getting the 10 key item bonus. So I think, actually like the D Machine grind probably was the right one. I just didn't want to.
Waiting for 10 key items.
I don't know. I felt bad about it, especially because I gambled Earth really early, and I had, like, it seemed like it was going well, and then I just said, you know what? No, we're going underground instead. Whatever.
Like in this seed, like back in season 4.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Go on.
Were there more than just like the special sprite and the handpicked Twin Harp song? Like, were there other things?
Yes, the color palettes. The color palettes were based on Golbez and the 4 elemental fiends. Oh goodness, Discord is really.
Maybe I have bad connection.
No, I think Discord is having a bad day.
Oh well.
The other thing that was changed was the color palette for the sprites.
Oh.
Did you notice? It was Golbez.
I didn't even notice. Were they like handpicked to be?
Yes.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
That was the only one I told Shala to tell Board Face to change. That was the only one. But then Shala was like, "Heh," and just like picked other stuff too, because of course.
Of course.
That's what Z do.
Yeah. Thanks, Scala. That was fun.
So thanks a lot, Side, for for joining like every single race of the tournament. I've got some ideas cooked up for the second season, and you played really well. Like I know like you went in 6th place, but there was a lot of times where, especially when you stole the Bacchus and you stole the Sig Web and everything, and I was like, oh wow, like that's some real knowledge right there, and it was like a pleasure to see.
So, I sort of knew that, okay, I would do this, except for the fact that what I could have done and would have been like, it would have been even more fun, would have been do it all with, or at least do the Bacchus steal before the Twin Harp fight. So take all the metal stuff off Edge, heal him up, and then use him to clear out the other 2 enemies, and then you sort of steal faster. Right, all of my stealing escapades were very slow, but anyway.
Yeah. So again,
but it was fun. And I did some stuff, and Gigantax was fun.
I'm so glad it was Gigantax. I'm so glad.
Yeah. I guess I should say thanks to the Restream team for doing a good job, and thanks to Alchemy for putting together Hero's Journey Season 1. This was a lot of fun. It was a good use of time on my Saturdays.
I'm glad.
And I'm looking forward to next season, and maybe you'll do See Distinct 3. Or maybe you'll roll some garbage. Like Kainatsu at Luge spot. That was nothing. You could have put Kainatsu at Elements, and you didn't. So I don't know. Alchemy. I think you need to up your game. Anyways, take care, folks.
See you, So again, thanks a lot to the Restream team, Shalakiri tracking, Psychonaut restreaming, my companion in the booth, CS Radical, and myself, Alchemy, the club captain. This has been Baron's Hero's Journey, and it was a pleasure to have you all here every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I believe we are going to head off now to Rex Banner. He's doing some wonderful Adamant camp practice. We have a tournament coming up. It's great. So, see you all, folks. See you next time. stick around.